Welcome back to The Wire. With us right here in the studio is Will Korn from the MRT. Will and I, fun fact, went to the oldest all-male high school in San Antonio, Central Catholic. Will, glad you made it on the set. Thanks for being with us.
Thanks for having me.
You ready to answer some questions? Three of them about the sports happenings this week. Ready?
I'm excited.
All right, let's go.
Okay, guys, first question. This past weekend, the FBI and the Justice Department accused the St. Louis Cardinals of hacking into the Houston Astros database. What do you guys make of this?
Will, this is crazy. The St. Louis Cardinals, when you hear that name, you think of just prestige, them doing everything right by the books. But with these allegations, that's the furthest from the truth. If so, if these facts are correct with the FBI, the FBI normally doesn't come down with false accusations. This is the first time in professional sports that hacking has gone down for cheating. It's unheard of, unknown. You got that general manager, was it Jeff Luhnow?
Jeff Luhnow.
Luhnow coming from the Astros to the Cardinals. Did he forget to change his password? Did he always have a changed password? Was it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? I mean, these are some serious allegations, and who knows what's going to happen. What do you make of that?
Well, I think one of the things that the investigations have proven is that this is not upper-level management that's responsible for this. So the John Mozeliaks, the classy, the high-level executives, the GMs that baseball knows so well and respects so much, are very likely not involved with this. Investigations have shown that this was likely low-level employees, guys that maybe just knew Luhnow from maybe an intern position. Very low-level stuff. Not anything that really is. I believe it's fair to accuse the entire Cardinals organization of doing. Yeah. And certainly, but regardless of whoever was responsible, very shocking. This was an organization that the game and really the baseball world has just extremely well respected over the last decade. 2 World Series, a couple more appearances. Very shocking. And I think MLB will come down to get to the bottom of this, and there will be some swift justice, with whoever was involved.
Regardless, hopefully the dominoes don't fall, but wrong or right, if they did it, it's a black eye for the franchise.
Absolutely.
Next question. With LeBron James losing his 4th NBA Finals series, in your eyes, what is his legacy now?
4 losses in the NBA Finals, 2 wins, 4 losses out of 6. Will, you see players like Karl Malone that are just among the greats all time. They never got a chance to win it. LeBron's won his. Definitely has, and as long as he's in the Eastern Conference, he will continue to make appearances. That's just how watered down the East is, and that's just how good LeBron James is. He's not going to go on any shabby team. Those days were done in his early days with the Cavs. He only goes for winners now. His legacy, I don't know what it is. It's still unwritten, but we do know. Can we just end all this Michael Jordan comparisons? Michael's in a league of his own. He never lost. He was a perfect 6 for 0. LeBron James, he's got to win 2 just to get to that 500 mark, Will.
Well, he's, no matter what happens from here on out, he's a top 10 player minimum.
Individually.
Some people believe, some will even say, and I've heard people say this every day, that he's the greatest player of all time as it stands right now. At 31, almost 32 years old, I think he's still a long ways away from that. He's had 6 finals appearances. In 2007 was his first appearance. Spurs swept him handily.
You bet they did.
It's your San Antonio Spurs. In 2011, he had a meltdown against the Dallas Mavericks. One of the greatest players of all time. Second finals appearance, choked. And Dallas won that series because they took him out of the game. In the 2014 series, again against your San Antonio Spurs, Game 1 cramps.
Teams beat James, not individuals.
Right.
Teams.
Yeah.
The Golden State Warriors were the epitome of teams with that Steve Kerr mentality. Everyone was sharing the rock. I mean, there's only 1 James and 5 players on the court.
Right.
And we don't know what would have happened. Kevin Love, Kyrie Irving weren't there. It might have been different, but we will leave it at this. LeBron James definitely needs some help, some shooters to get back to that 500 plateau mark if he wants to be better than Jordan, be the 23, right?
And finally, going back to that epic minor league baseball meltdown, was manager Joe Mikulik in the wrong, or was he right for throwing the tantrum?
Will, I don't know about you personally, but me, I had never seen a meltdown in person. You'd always see it on ESPN. You see it places like, oh, wow, what I wouldn't give to be a part of that fan base and just see it. Right. But guess what? I was holding a camera, and it happened before our very eyes. Insanity. Have you ever seen anything like that in person?
No, I haven't. Not in a long time.
Was he in the rights? Do you think so?
I believe he was. I was there, covering the game for the MRT, and Jake Skoll, the base runner at third base, I believe he left with a double, advanced to third on a ground out, and the play at the plate came home, and Bruce Maxwell, the Midland catcher, caught the ball, tagged him out. The tag appeared to be in time, but he dropped the ball. And Drew Robinson, the guy who was on deck for Frisco, pointed it out. Joe Mikulik, Frisco manager, came out, saw it right there. Ball was out of the glove. He was absolutely in the right because the play was not finished.
It was not.
He did not have possession of the ball after the tag. And more importantly, Matt, that game was decided 5-4 in extra innings. If that run scores right there, it's 5-0.
Going to 11th, potentially,
right. Exactly.
even further. And I think the referees or the umps, their argument was that bat was in the way.
Right.
Is that I didn't get that. Whose fault was that?
I think no matter what the other circumstances are surrounding the play, I think the play has to be made. Whoever was interfering, whatever was interfering with the player or the player, really is irrelevant. I do believe once contact is made at home plate, it's about, was the tag made? Did the catcher have possession of the ball? Was the play finished? And was he out recorded? If you got to give the umpire time to make the call, and where it's clearly an out, and he dropped the ball. The play was not finished. I'm
gonna take your side on that. I agree with you. And what's the funny thing? It makes us go back and look at Coach Mikulik's former rants. Yeah. Classic stuff. What a coach.
All right, thanks, guys. We'll see you back here next week.
All right, thank you for those questions. Will, thanks for joining us on the set. Appreciate your time.
Something
tells me we'll see you back here sooner than later.
All right,
that's going to do it for Shot Clock. We'll be right back after the break.